Hey everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Nothing Harder. Today we are going to be taking on the challenge with Shulk, the main character from the Wii game Xenoblade Chronicles, which is personally one of my favorite games. Anyway, Shulk himself, interesting character. As you might have seen, he is yet another sword fighter, but unlike pretty much everybody else, he has, kind of a bit of a laser sword. I mean, it's also already kind of long, but here's a blade of light that comes out of it. So, with that, he has a really long range. I believe that before the DLC came along, and with Cloud and Corrin, his sword was one of the best range in the game, and honestly, he still really has a lot of range. But the main gimmick, I guess, with Shulk is his Monando arts, which is his standard B move. Basically, what they do is there's 5 of them, and you cycle through them, and you set each of them gives increases or decreases Shulk's stats in different ways. And the first one is jump, the green symbol. As you might tell from the name, it really increases how much Shulk can jump, but at the cost of he takes more damage from opponents' attacks, and he's knocked back further. So risk reward there. Number 2 is speed, which is blue, and sorry, that didn't come out right at all. Anyway. Speed obviously really increases how fast Shulk is running, but at the cost of his jump going down quite a lot. And in addition, he also takes more damage from the enemy, and so a bit less risky than jump, but it's also kind of good for flat stages, I guess. Sort of like Mario Galaxy here, but I seem to be using jump instead. Anyway, on to number 3, shield, which is yellow. And as you might tell from the name, shield decreases both damage taken and it also decreases how much the opponent knocks you back with their attacks. But at the cost of pretty much everything else going down, you do less damage, you knock opponents back less, and your run speed and your jump height go way down. So really, I mainly go with shield when you at really high percentage, and well, both of you are at really high percentage, and it's just basically a fight of who can get a good hit first. If you have shield up, then you might be able to survive a hit that you would otherwise not be able to. So that's basically what shield is good for. Anyway, number 4 is Buster, which is purple. What Buster does is that it really increases the amount of damage you do with your own attacks, but at the cost, I mean, of you don't launch your opponent so far. You do not launch your opponent so far with your own attacks, as well as you also take more damage, and you also get launched further You also get launched further from opponents' attacks. And oh wow, how did I manage to survive that? You almost never survive a PK Starstorm. Good on you, Shulk. Anyway, the final of the Monando arts is Smash, which is, I believe, the only one that was not in the original Xenoblade. It was made, it was introduced right here in Smash Bros. Anyway, what Smash does is that when it's activated, you knock your opponents back further with your attacks, but at the cost of your own attacks do less damage, and your opponents can also launch you further with their attacks. So yeah, they're all a bit of a risk-reward. Me personally, I tend to go back and forth on how heavily I use them. I know that with Buster and Smash, a lot of times I tend to goof up which is which. I also do that even within this video 9.0, but you know, sometimes they think that Buster has Smash's effect and vice versa. I don't know. For some reason, I can just never really seem to memorize which is which. But yeah. But anyway, besides all that, I think Shulk is a pretty good fighter. Though he's moderate. He's decently fast normally, without any of the Monado arts activated. Does decent damage. See, the thing with Shulk is that without the Monado arts activated, he's pretty much just a decent fighter at best. But yeah, but one of his main issues, I believe, is that it's not that he's slow, but his attacks, they can sometimes, his more powerful attacks at least, they take a little bit to start to get going, especially his smash attacks. Well, obviously that's a thing with all smash attacks, but with Shulk it's even more prominent than usual. And I say that just as I knock out Wii Fit Trainer with a smash attack, so a bit hypocritical of me, you would think. Anyway, what was I saying? Right. Shulk, a decent fighter overall, but from what I've seen, the best Shulk fighters, they tend to use the Monado arts a lot, like pretty much constantly, switching between them, you know, as the situation requires. And I can never quite seem to get that down quite right. But yeah, I like Shulk. Anyway, as for Shulk the character, like I said before, he is from the game Xenoblade Chronicles, which was released for the Wii in, well, a bit of a weird story with it. See, it was originally released in Japan in, let's see, what was it, 2009? Something like that, but anyway, it was then released in 2011 in Europe and Australia, but after that they didn't have any plans to release it in North America. So you know, because of people had seen just how good Xenoblade Chronicles was, so they really wanted it. So North American fans started up this huge campaign called Operation Rainfall to get Xenoblade released in North America, and eventually it did get released in 2011 in North America. Yeah, it was released in Europe and Australia in 2010, I believe. Yeah, I think that's how it is. But anyway, yeah, I never actually got around to playing the original version. A couple of years ago in, let's see, what would it be, 2015, the fall of 2015, they re-released Xenoblade on the new Nintendo 3DS. And that's where I originally got the game and completed it. Really fun game, but you know, it's an RPG, Japanese RPG, so level progression, other stuff like that. But really, the thing that I really like about it is the story and the characters. It's a really good time. But a thing that's kind of stuck out to me about Xenoblade, well, I had played Smash long before Xenoblade, so yeah. In Smash, Shulk is kind of portrayed as, kind of happy-go-lucky with, that memorable taunt. I'm really feeling it, as you just want to annoy everybody, just all happy and all that. In Xenoblade, the actual game, he's, not quite like that. I believe one of the trailers for Xenoblade on the 3DS is just Shulk he's screaming out that he's going to kill the enemy. Well, kill the enemy. The enemies in Xenoblade are robots, Mechon, so he'll kill them anyway. What I mean to say, in the actual Xenoblade game, Shulk is a pretty serious character. I mean, pretty much, I believe the entire first half of Xenoblade is primarily motivated by Shulk wanting vengeance on the enemy. It's not until pretty late, until about a bit over the half, I don't know, maybe the 3/4 through the game that he really gets over that. So, to come in from Smash with happy Shulk to seeing really serious Shulk in Xenoblade, it's a bit of a shock. But if you can get really beyond that, then almost died there. Blah. Anyway, but if you can get past the differences between Smash Shulk and Xenoblade Shulk, I really recommend it. Speaking of stuff like that, I noticed that it's not just Shulk that's kind of has that attitude, that sort of portrayal issue. Although, he is, but I mean, I know a couple of other characters, Nintendo characters, have kind of the opposite problem. And I just lost my first stock. Well, I managed to get to Master Edges before losing my first stock. That doesn't quite. I usually have lost a stock by the time I get to Master Edges. It's usually the one I find to be the hardest. Let's see, where was I going before? Right, like characters like Mario and especially Kirby. They in their own games they are kind of they're like happy characters, just wahoo, yay, and stuff like that. While in Smash, that they're really seen as a bit more serious. Like Mario in Smash, he's really his character artwork. He's almost always like glaring, it seems. Which when you think about it, is kind of it's really a bit of a difference between his home series. And wow, I am at really high percentage right now, but I managed to knock out Master Shadow anyway. And just to celebrate, I'm gonna taunt for a while, pick up that heart container because I really need it. And sometimes if I manage to beat Master Shadow without taking too much damage, I wait until knocking out the second core to take the heart container. But as I saw before, I was at really high percentage, so I was not going to risk that. Anyway, just going to air slash upward and moving onward, just going to avoid most of these guys, and I'm going to avoid the electric guy at least. Moving downward. Alright, well, going back to what I was saying before, Kirby, well, he's not real. I guess that he in Smash, he's not actually too much different from. Oh wow! I managed to knock that out with just 2 hits. Actually, it takes a few more. Yeah, Kirby in Smash, he's not actually, I guess, too much different from than he is, how he is in the Kirby series. But something that sticks out to me is, you know, the cover artwork. You know, I've seen online, like, you know, in like Japanese, the cover art, Kirby is more like cheerful, which is, I think a bit more accurate to how he usually is portrayed in the actual games. But, you know, in American covers, he's usually glaring. You know, American Kirby is hardcore. I always thought stuff like that was weird, especially, you know, because, you know, like I was saying, you know, Shulk kind of has the opposite issue, considering Smash. But yeah, I'm pretty much getting right to the end here. Just got one last core to beat. Yeah, so I have taken not too much damage in this in Master Fortress so far, and I just knocked out the last of the enemies. So from here on out, if I can just get back up to there, this whole thing should just be a piece of cake. And there we go, Master Fortress is down. So anyway, that just about wraps up everything for this episode of Nothing Harder. And so thanks for watching, and please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe if you want to see more of these videos. Want to support my channel. But until next time, this is Patrick, signing off.